I recently became a licensed amateur radio operator. People keep asking me why all of a sudden I decided to do this. So I thought I would make a short video to answer that question. And this is it. During the Cold War, radio played just as big a role in global communications. The atomic space age had begun, and the world was caught up in the sudden popularization of stereo records, Sputnik, and the secrecy of the space race. Secret shortwave stations broadcast clandestine messages, targeted this time to their own soldiers who were working abroad as spies. Messages were sent in code that could only be understood by the intended recipient. However, since the whole world could hear these messages, these number stations, as they would come to be known, became a source of intrigue and mystery to a whole new generation. 'The most fascinating amateur radio work to me was that done by the Italian Giudica Cordiglia brothers, who in 1959 not only intercepted and listened to, but recorded radio signals coming from Sputnik, and later even voice transmissions from the earliest Soviet space missions. Those first transmissions from space were not meant to be heard by anyone, let alone recorded, because they were from a secret Soviet space mission that went very wrong. The voice of a pioneer cosmonaut, perhaps the first cosmonaut ever to travel into space, was heard pleading for help. The voice was that of a lone cosmonaut who was re-entering Earth's atmosphere in a spacecraft that was burning up. The voice is begging for help as it described the stifling rising temperature and flames dancing on the craft. The 1960s and 70s AM radio filled my days with top 40 music hits, weather reports at school closings, contests, opinion programs, and radio theater. It was a connection to the world at a time before technology would even further bridge the gaps of distance around the world. At night, you could hear radio stations fade in from hundreds, sometimes even 1,000 miles away. I remember one night being so excited to hear a radio station from Hawaii. Even though, unbeknownst to me at the time, it was more likely a station that was much, much, much closer to my upstate New York location, probably playing a Hawaiian music program. Nonetheless, the magic of it enthralled me. Soon after hearing quote-unquote Hawaii, I got a shortwave radio and sat with it in my closet fort with a blanket and a flashlight, listening to other faraway places. Every language from around the globe that was presenting programs of information and different cultural music styles was at my fingertips. More magic.
Bridges closed down. Motorists at this time are stranded on the bridges in their cars. Also, the New York State Thruway has been shut down from Syracuse to the Pennsylvania state line, as well as the entire Niagara section of the New York State Thruway. Fire halls and police stations throughout the area are offering refuge to stranded motorists.
The 1970s and 80s were the heyday of CB radio. It seemed that almost everyone either had or knew someone who used a CD at home or in their car. I was no different. I was thrilled to talk to my friends down the street or my cousin in the next town over with no wires connecting us. Television shows and popular music were even centered around the CB craze for years. The magic continued, always sparking a desire to take my knowledge just a little bit further.
Pour a Coke and row a note to the California shores. I've been driving this night cross country back for 20 years or more, and all that time I've never heard one thing that near compares to all this doggone CB talk. That's
a big 10-4, good buddy. Thanks for the comeback, good buddy.
You can become an FCC licensed amateur radio operator by taking a free test and getting an inexpensive radio. Even a small radio with a small antenna can get you onto a local repeater, which takes your signal and transmits it to a chain of other repeaters and radios across the country, so you can communicate over vast distances. You can even make contact with radio satellites as they circle the Earth. You can listen to data being transmitted to other stations. Then I got an HF rig. That's one that uses lower frequencies in the shortwave bands. And come full circle back to the shortwave frequencies where I first listened to those faraway places. Except now I can actually operate a transmission of my voice or data to make contact with other hams around the world. And I can still listen to strange, unidentified signals that just might be coming from a place far beyond this world. Or maybe just the electronic device in the next run. But who knows? That's what's so weird and wonderful about ham radio. So you see, it's really not that surprising that I'm involved in a hobby that centers around radio. Really, all of my hobbies in a way always have. The hobby encapsulates an intriguing part of history and reflects the excitement of new scientific discoveries. It is today still an arena for adventures involving science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, as new communication protocols are always emerging and transforming from analog to digital and beyond. I hope your journeys are full of as much magic and excitement as mine have been. Thanks for watching, and please like the video and subscribe to my channel if you want to share this exciting hobby with me. Be sure to comment if there's something you'd like to see featured on this channel.
It is now apparent that the Republican ticket of Harding and Coolidge is running well ahead of Cox and Roosevelt. At the present time, Harding has collected more than 16 million votes against some 9 million for the
We are awaiting the next orbit of the first Russian satellite. This satellite is the first in the history of the world
The CBS Radio Mystery Theater presents
Delta Kilo 2 Alpha Tango 5908. Thank you, Kilo 3 Zulu Oscar. CQ contest, Kilo 3 Zulu Oscar. Kilowatt 3 Zanzibar Ocean. Contest. CQ contest, Kilo 3 Zulu Oscar. Kilowatt 3 Zanzibar Ocean.